Or just a norm. I am back with another tutorial, but this is really not a tutorial. This is more of a ask me any type of question you want to about Cakewalk, and hopefully I can answer it. Now, mind you, I do not know everything, and I never assume that I know everything. So if it's something that I don't know the answer to, I definitely will try to research it. There are many questions that have baffled me, and I've spent multiple days trying to research them. So, but right now, I am in the process of editing a church rehearsal. I've done this before, so you probably seen me do this before if you tuned in live once before. But basically, on this, I've got a bunch of tracks, and I'm using the arrangement section, which I really love about Cakewalk, is the arranger section of being able to create arrangements out of the different sections in Cakewalk. So I've already created some. In a moment, I'm going to go check my washing machine because it's going on. You might hear noise. So I'm going to add these clothes in the dryer. And the whole purpose is I'm going to be working on this. You're not going to be hearing anything. I'll be talking. And if you have any questions about Cakewalk, I'll dive right into that. But I need to make sure that I finish this for tonight so I can get it to the members in the choir so that way they can work on their parts for our service this Sunday. Okay. So, but anyway, if you're tuning in to the room, I am hoping that you can hear me. Once again, I'm going to go check my YouTube just to make sure that I can hear myself. And hopefully I can. All right. Okay. I can hear myself, and that's well. So, hope you all are feeling great wherever you are in the world. I did not go live yesterday. This whole month, I plan on going live every single day. And it just so happened, I think last week I missed probably 3 or 4, like 4 days, something like that, basically. And then I mean, it's just rough. You know, it's like once you get in the swing of going live, it feels great. But I felt like I was taking a lot of time from spending with my family, I'd be in here, 2 hours and stuff. But you all are my family as well. But then I have my immediate family, which I really have to tend to sometimes. And since everybody started getting sick, it just like I didn't feel the urge to actually go in and do anything live. So, but here I am. We're back at it again. And I plan to finish strong for the remaining of this month. I want to do Pump My Jam. It's probably going to be, I'm thinking Sunday. If I'm correct. Let me see. Nope. Okay, maybe not Sunday. It's a lot of stuff going on this weekend. So let me explain to you this weekend. So tomorrow, I'm doing a session to help someone out with their cakewalk. And I will go live tomorrow night. Friday, I have my school's talent show. So I'm going to be participating in that. And then I'll most likely go live that night. And then Saturday, if I go live, it's going to be live while I'm performing, basically, because I have a wedding to do that night. And yeah, so that's going to be a long night. Unless I go live, I might go live early that morning, so early in the afternoon. So maybe Saturday afternoon or morning, we'll do a Pump My Jam, which is basically where you share your music. So some of you all, you may hear this, you may be new, you may have just joined the channel, maybe you haven't seen any of those videos, but I would like to, bring it back. It's not something that's been real popular on the channel, but it's something that's good for me because I get a chance to hear you all instead of just hearing me do everything all the time. You don't learn unless you try it yourself, right? So, and then I don't learn how to help you all unless I'm listening to your music. But this is not a critique. I'm not critiquing anyone's music. I am just listening, absorbing what you do, and giving you a round of applause because this is a hard task to be at home knowing that, yeah, honestly, you will get a better sound if you go to a studio and if you have the finances to do so. You also have more freedom because you're able to just perform and not have to worry about being at the screen and wondering if you press record or anything like that. So it's always good when you can get into a real studio or a professional studio. I'll put it like that. But the home studio is where it's at, And I picture this 10 years ago when I first started really digging into doing this stuff from my home, and I was outside of my parents. Now, mind you, I started when I was at my parents' house doing this, and I remember I built my first computer. Me and my dad, we built computers. So he taught me everything he knew about computers. So I built my first computer when I was 17 years old. I think it was 17. Might have been 16. Okay. Helped them build some other computers before that. I used to go to people's houses and work on their computers and stuff and get paid to do that. So I've been working on computers for a long time, put it like that. But I built my first computer. And I remember it was funny. My motherboard like crashed. Like, I don't know. I don't even think it had been a year and it crashed. And then I built another one and I put in a sus. That's how I pronounce it. A sus or a sus or however you want to pronounce it. But I put that motherboard in there and it worked like a charm. And then that's when I started recording all of the songs that I recently released back in May, 2020, April 2020. These songs like I'm Stronger and Jesus is More Than a Friend, a lot of my stuff was gospel. So if you haven't heard any of my stuff, then you'll know a lot of stuff was gospel. But I like all styles of music. But I released that stuff and it came all from being at home, working on stuff day and night at my own pace because I'm a, college student and, it was good while I was living with parents. And then I moved into my own place. And that's when things really, really like took off for us, me writing and producing. So, but anyway, I'm moving away from topic. Big Poppy, I saw you pop in and I saw your message. We can. I'm glad you could hear me, man. That's all I needed to hear. Otherwise, I feel like I'm talking to myself. But all right. So anyway, let me make myself small. As we say, let me lean out and lean into this session because I need to hurry up and finish this. So one thing that I like about the Arranger track is that you can readjust. Like any of these tracks, you can readjust. Another thing that I did earlier that I should have did a long time ago, first of all, I don't really need this, so I'll minimize that, is I went and set up, under preferences, I set up the actual shortcuts. So, hopefully it pulls up quicker because earlier it seemed like my preferences was a little slow. It was moving a little slow, but it's okay. So my preference is, we have all of these functionalities or function commands that we have inside Cakewalk. And there's a lot of stuff that you can program any part of your keyboard to do. So I went to do a search, and I don't know if you can do this or not, but basically you go to the search and you type in whatever you're looking for. So I was looking for zoom because it's easy to zoom in, go to the, plus sign, minus sign at the bottom corner, but it's much easier. And you see it on tutorials where people are like going boom, 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 boom. They're zooming in, zooming out, zooming to the left, zoom to the right. And you're like, wow, man, how are they moving so quick? And I know how to do it. It's just that I had never did it for this. And some of this stuff doesn't come set up automatically. So you can set stuff up to work with your computer. You can also set it up to work with MIDI. So like if I had like my MIDI controller, I can set the different buttons to do different things. But for my keyboard, my computer keyboard, I went on and set fast zoom out, fast zoom, and so forth. So basically what you can do is you press locate key, and I can click a key like, I don't know, like 7. Okay, the number 7. And you see, you probably can't see it because it's zoomed out so far, but so on 7, once I click on that, then I can say, ooh, I want 7 to, I don't know, resize in zoom tracks to see entire project. Maybe I want to do that. So I don't have this one assigned yet. So all I have to do is just double click on the function and then it'll go to number 7. All right. Now 7 might have been programmed for something else, so I might have messed something up. It doesn't matter. But anyway, and then once you do that, you press apply. So now when I close it and I press 7, all right, it did kind of resize it a little bit. Did you see it resize? Now I have my shift up, shift down. I have shift to the right. And what that does is vertically shrink the tracks or vertically zoom in and zoom out. I have shift page up. And page up, what it does is whatever the current track is, it just zooms in and out on that one. Okay, vertically basically. So then I can do down, move it. So this is all pretty cool. So I was playing around with that earlier, just trying to make sure I got this stuff right. So, but anyway, that's a cool feature. So we've got this arranger section, and basically, if you're not familiar with the arranger section, you click on Show Hide Arranger Inspector, and you can click A as well. I think A should work. Does A work? No. Okay, guess not. Is it Shift A? Control A? Nope. Okay. Normally it used to work. It used to be another part on here. I know if it's hidden, if this track is hidden, then you normally can press A and it'll pop up. But I guess that's only on the standard one. It's not for mine. It's funny, when I was working with the older lady that I've been working with for Cakewalk, on hers, when I press A, it just, it pops up. So like her arranger track was hidden. So if it's hidden, then you can press it to make it appear again. But I guess since it's here, I can't press it again. Anyway, it's always amazing how some things work the way you want them to work, and some things don't work the way you want them to work at all. So I have, a few songs on here, and I'm going, different parts. And what I'm doing is I'm basically using the arranger sections to just create sections for different parts. Like this is a song. The song is called Holy Spirit. And soprano parts there, the alto parts there, tenor parts here. And what I'm doing is I'm just dragging, dropping those to the arrangement side. And what that'll allow me to do is create separate arrangements. Now you actually can apply the arrangement to the project. And what it'll do is it'll actually bring up the arrangement, and you'll lose you won't lose everything that you have, but okay, is this zoomed? Oh, you know what? When I press, is it this? Okay. Make sure I'm. Oops. What did I just do? Still working with this thing to get it the way I want it. There we go. Okay. I guess I zoomed out all the way. Okay, that's as far as it zooms out. Okay, I was wondering if it zoomed out. All right, but basically, once you have like the arranger track up here, you can like click on the arrangement section over here to the right, which is at the bottom. So like I created this part, and this is really for I dragged and dropped down. This is for the soprano. So like whenever they listen to their track, it's about 10 minutes long, and this will have all the information that they need for the song, so they can practice their parts and have their individual sectional part. So and then when I'm ready to export, I can export as audio, or I can save as an arranger template, or I can do a new arrangement from the template. So, and what it'll do is it'll like basically create a new arrangement from the template. It'll bring the arrangement up here. So it won't look like this anymore. It'll only be what's here. But it doesn't erase all the information that you already had or the data you had. It just kind of hides it. So, but we're not going to mess with that part. I don't need it for that. So I've already done the soprano part. I'm going to go to click on this arrow, and then I'm going to click on new arrangement. All right. And then, like I said, you might hear my washing machine in the background. I apologize. But after that, what you're going to do is I'm going to drag down. I need the Holy Spirit. This is the alto part, so I'm going to drag that down. First, I'm putting down how it should be sung, so I can move that up. And then I'm going to put down the breathing part. So these two parts basically explain, you know, how the song should be sang, and then basically the breathing for it, making sure that it's very lyrical and it's not choppy or staccato, etc. So alto, and then after that, the ensemble sings the song, and I'm gonna put these notes down for my boy Philip Graves. He's the music minister of music, rather, about to say music director, same difference basically. So notes from him. Then I'm gonna put the alto part. This is the second part of the song, and then this is the vamp of the song, make us aware, and then this song is on the ensemble part. I'm gonna leave there. I don't need the ensemble part because I'm gonna do the ensemble part separately. So what I do is I make these arrangements, I export them, then I bring them into Power Director or some type of video software, and I make like a very quick video of it, and then I upload it to YouTube. So I got like a channel that's just for that, and a playlist that's just for them, so they can just dial into the playlist whenever they need to listen to stuff, and it'll already be there for them. All right, but yeah. So this is what I'm doing. So I'm gonna click on where it says Arrangement 3. And this comes in handy, like, say, for instance, you had a song, like I just did my song, Only One for Me, and say that I wanted a snippet version, like where I wanted it to do part of the verse, you know, or maybe part of the bridge or something like that, even though there is no bridge, but I can just piece it together. Or if you had, you know, a song, like an extended version of the song, where you had a, you know, an extra vamp, or you had a, I don't know, a piano solo or a guitar solo in your song, you can take those sections out and then add in what you need, you know, and just kind of make your multiple arrangements and then pull them up whenever you need to pull them up, which is always good. So I'm going to export as audio. All right. And then I'm going to Arrangement 3. All right. And then I'm going to name this alto. Okay. All right. And then I'm saving the MP3. Now, normally I would like to save as WAV, but I'm just trying to make this more compressed, so it's a smaller file. Press OK. Nietzsche, what you looking for? What you looking for? Son, what are you looking for? Hmm? Got another paper for me? Okay, my son's trying to give me something, I guess. I don't know. All right, so while I'm waiting on that to mix down, I should put some music on, but I don't always like music being on here. I don't know. Sometimes I get used to like doing a tutorial. I'm always wondering like, should I put music or should I not put music? I feel like music can be great, but it also can be distracting, especially when you already got enough noises in the background. What you looking for, man? Your folder? Okay, well, let's do that in the morning, man. Go to bed so you can get some rest. We can look at your folder in the morning. All right. I want you to make sure you get some sleep because it's like 10:32. All right. Big Poppy, is that you still on here? You got anything that you want to ask about so far, or you got any other questions? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna stay on here till probably like 10:45 or maybe 11 o'clock. So, then I'm gonna try to go get in the bed myself. Trying to work on getting more rest, y'all. Yeah, I know you were still here. I just wonder if you had any questions or anything. Or are you just sitting and chilling and watching? All right, so I'm gonna check that, make sure that it is there. Okay. There. Okay. Holy Spirit Alto. There it is. All right. Got you. All right. Okay. So then I'm gonna create another arrangement. So now I'm gonna do the tenor Starting off with the how it should be sung, breathing, tenor, ensemble, notes and feel, tenor, make us aware. All right. Then that's only 7 minutes. All right, this is another part too. If you say commit arrangement to project, that's when it'll change it up here. Or if you say insert committed arrangement, like if you have an arrangement already saved, you can insert it. It's still some things I heard that I haven't even tapped into. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Added an extra one. Remove that. All right. Let's export this as audio. And then make sure, very important, make sure that you uncheck all the other arrangements except for the one that you really want. All right. I hope I did that for the other ones. Otherwise, it'll duplicate it again. All right. Tenor. All right. Export. My wash machine is doing the agitating mode right now. So once it finishes, I'm gonna put it in the dryer. That's one reason why it's good to go live. It's like if you have to do laundry, it's the perfect time. If you're by your laundry machine like I am, then you can do your laundry and and just wait, while until it gets finished, and then you just go ahead and put it in the dryer, and then you could just go to sleep after that. I gotta make sure I move over a little bit. I'm in the wrong. I was like way over here somewhere. Need to be right here. All right, switch back. It's about done mixing. Okay, so now that's mixed. And hey, Tony, how you doing? I hope you're feeling good, man. Good to see you as well. So I was messing around with contact tonight and channels outputs driving me crazy to be on separate channels. This is the question that you asked about yesterday, Big Poppy. Was that you that asked about the TTS he was having? What was that, you with the inputs, or was that somebody else? I forgot. I lose my mind sometimes, you all. I forget what I was talking about, and that's why it's good to go back and look at these videos. No, that wasn't you. Okay, so there was somebody that asked about the inputs. They were having trouble with inputs from TTS. Okay. Oh, you said yes also. Okay, yeah. So now you're messing with the contact tonight and channel outputs driving me crazy. Okay, yeah, a few days ago. Yeah, that's right. I didn't go streaming. I didn't stream yesterday. Yeah, 2 days ago. Yeah, I thought that was you. That was 2 days ago. All the days merged together. I'll look into the contact thing. So you say you guess you need to give up. Nah, you don't ever need to give up. I mean, hey, like I said, if it's a problem that you're having with a software and it can be done, you just haven't figured it out yet, I'll just say, wait until the next day. If it gets to the point where you're frustrated about it, just wait till the next day and then start over again. Because sometimes, some things, it may take a while to figure out. Like I know, like a lot of times it's a lot of things in here that I want to do and I know I can do it and I know it can be done. I just haven't figured out how to do it yet. So that's why sometimes, like, even if I'm not working on music, I might just be sitting here just exploring. Oh, like, what is it? Oh, look at what this does. So like for its outputs, so so you're using contact. How many tracks are you trying to use the contact for? Are you trying to use like one contact instrument insert for multiple tracks, or tell me your setup? That's why I kind of like, I want you all to like start going live with me, so that way I can see our screen and then I can just sit back and just answer questions. It's all the same. Dayman, Janis Joplin, 1969, Woodstock. Okay, yeah, 3 guitars. All right, so you're trying to do 3 guitar tracks, and you're using one. Are you creating multiple instruments for each track? Like, are you creating instrument track for one guitar, another instrument track for the other guitar, vice versa, or are you trying to create one instrument track and then route it to those three different MIDI tracks, basically? Kind of like I did yesterday with the MIDI and the inputs. I mean, I keep saying yesterday, but the day before yesterday, rather. It all works the same way. It's just that it's just a matter of going in there and tweaking it. So, but I'll look into that. I do have contact on here, but see if I can pull up something real quick to do what you need to do. All right, I think that was the last arrangement. Okay, I did tenor. Okay, only thing I got to do now is just the ensemble. So let's do that here. That's 10 minutes as well. Okay. And then I'll export that as audio. Call this ensemble. And export. No, it's a biggie, man. That's the whole point of doing this live stream is to answer questions, basically. So it's all about answering questions and figuring out questions that I don't know the answers to. That's actually more important than being able to answer the question for me, because if it's something that I don't know, it's something I need to go research and figure out. So it also gives me an idea for a new video. And we kind of been picking off of working with other plugins, other VSTs and stuff like that. I still have like a few videos I need to do about Wave audio. Like I said, I kind of strayed away from it for a little bit because of all the conflict that was going on with Wave audio. But I think things are getting better, and there's a lot of new cool things that came out. So I'm going to start exploring those. Okay, cool. About some new VSTs, and that's what it's all about. I was watching. I don't know if you all follow different podcasts, but there's my audio nerds with Devon Terrell. I was following him. I've been following him for a long time, but anyway, I was watching the video earlier, and they were talking about how sometimes when they don't have that inspiration, they just decide to explore new sounds, find new sounds, sounds that they may not be familiar with, VSTs they may not be familiar with, and they just try new things, and eventually it sparks that that creativity, that muse, so that way they can create again. So I've been that way too as well. Like I'll be in Cakewalk and I'll be like, man, I wish I had a B3 organ, or something. I'll be like, I wish I had this plugin. Then you realize some plugins cost money, and then you got to pay for it and stuff like that. But a lot of plugins are cheap, and a lot of them are free. There's like a whole bunch of plugins that are free that are really good. It's just a matter of downloading it. Then I start thinking about like, hey, I need to get more space. I really do. Like now, this is my B drive right here. But that's because I'm doing a lot of video editing. So I'm doing editing on the side for another channel, and they're sending me, 5, 6, 7, 8 gigabyte files. It's a podcast too as well. So it's like long, long videos. Tony said, I'm hoping to get my guitar tracks right as well. I could do 2 mic setup, but I like the 2 tracks thing and panning because I am like old and analog. But are there advantages I'm missing in your what does IYO stand for? I'm sorry. Pretend that I'm like illiterate to all the little abbreviations of words. I think there is there's a bunch of ways that you can go about miking guitars. So I mean, yeah, you could do two mics. You can. Oh, okay. In your opinion, I got you. Thank you, Tony. Thank you. I was like, what? I was like, in your onion, in your opportunity. Oh, there you go. In your opportunity. That wasn't it, but yeah, in your opinion. So yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of ways that you can go about like miking guitars. So first of all, you can mic one at the soundboard. You can mic one at the bridge. You can do it that way. You can mic one at the neck, or at the head. It just depends on what characteristics you're going for. But two like two small diaphragm condenser mics will work great. An XY pattern, or you can do yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Acoustic guitars, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you wouldn't be you wouldn't be micing your electric guitar. Well, you could mic your electric guitar if you wanted to, but it wouldn't really make a difference. Yeah, I'm talking about for acoustic guitars. So yeah, so you can do like XY pattern, which works great, or you can do a stereo pair, um, or you can do yeah, like I said, yeah, you can do a cardio like a dynamic microphone will work good too as well. Just it's one of the things you play with. Just like I was working with that piano Waves Rhapsody or whatever it's called piano, and then they had the different mic placements, so you can do the mic placements like on the key bed or on the soundboard, and you can use different mics, and then you can use a mic in the room just to catch the ambiance of the whole room. So you just play around with it, and um, whatever you feel like is the best for you, because like I said, what you do, it might not work for everybody else, and what everybody else does might not work for you. You can try all the different ways of miking it, but at the end of the day, it's going to be what you feel comfortable with and what you believe gives you the best sound with what song you're working on, because every song might be different. um you might choose to, if you have acoustic, is it like just an acoustic, or is it an acoustic electric guitar, or um or you can go about putting a, even though this really wouldn't matter. I mean, it would matter, but it would, I don't know how well it's going to make the sound, but you can put a actual attachment in there to make it electric. Not electric. What is it? What I'm thinking for? Can't think about what it's called. A it's right there. What is it? A pickup. That's what I was thinking of. You can put a pickup, or like kind of like how they would make like a upright bass, become electric, because now you put a device in there to basically allow you to plug quarter-inch up into it, and then now you still get the full acoustic sound, but you also getting the electric sound too as well, the amplified sound. So I think that's what it's called. I can't remember right now, but yeah, SM57s are one of my favorite mics, and I use it a lot for vocals. And no, people don't like it for vocals. They may say, "Oh, no, I don't use that mic for vocals." It's great for snares. It's great for guitars. Great for mic and pianos too as well. But I like it for a vocal mic. Like when I perform live, I used to use the SM57. Now I love the SM58 too as well, but that 57 has just got that. It's just got that clarity that I like. SM58 has a little bit more warmth to it. There's a dude that did a Platt album with his SM57 and some old pawn shop guitars. Can't remember him right now. Okay, yeah, I don't know who that is either. But yeah, I mean, you play around with it. Did you all know that the song that I put out, like I was listening to it in the car because it did release. I didn't really want it to release that early. I wanted it to wait so I can show you another step for releasing songs is working on getting it on a playlist. So I've learned that I think Spotify kind of works, in Apple Music. All of them work just like YouTube work for the most part, except for YouTube tends to pay a lot better, and it takes less plays for you to get more revenue with YouTube than it does on Spotify. But when you release your music, if you haven't released your music already, or vocal bands. Yeah, vocals and bands in the 1970s. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'm like any mic by sure would work. They all sound good. All of them sound good. But when you're in Spotify and you release your music, so if you haven't released music already, work on releasing some music. Just release it. Like I said, don't be scared of getting it perfect because um very few people get the music the way they want it. Some people that put out records, they hated the song and they didn't like the recording, but they turned out to be multi platinum, projects. But it's like, just put it out so that way you can get on with the next project, and that's kind of what I did with some of the music I did early on, because I knew intentionally that if I put out music and I like the music, I can always go back and tweak it, re-edit it, remix it, et cetera, which I plan to do. But I'm finding that a song that I put out 2 years ago, which I couldn't get on any playlist then, has been picked up on the playlist now. And it wasn't something that I did. It was just because enough people started listening. It might even be some of y'all out there that's been tuning in. Some of you all started listening to it. And because you listened to it, it ended up getting picked up on the playlist, one of the curator playlists on Spotify. And once it gets on the playlist, then you start to get more plays. So, which is good because a song that was in the low ranking, like, okay, so my EP in April 2020 during COVID, I put 4 songs out. 3 songs I recorded, produced, did all the singing, all that good stuff, and mixed it, all that stuff. I was a bad mixer then, but I mixed all that stuff when I was like 18, 19, 20 years old. So, mind you now, I'm young. I'm approaching 40, so I'm approaching 40. So, so as you teach me to use Cakewalk, I'll release these songs I have, and I will release these songs I have, and I will even give you Cakewalk mentor credit, my main man. I got you, Tony. I got you, Tony. Look, Tony, you know what you're doing. Oh yeah, but you get it. See, the good thing about it, Tony, is that you already got the background. Some people, they come in, they don't know anything about audio, period, But a lot of people coming in, they can make a beat. They can make a beat real quick. Like watching you and everyone else put music out, I don't think I will get there. I can't even get inputs to work. I think one of the easiest ways to get a song out is to downsize the imagination, or restrict the imagination. I'll put it like that. And that's probably a bad way to put it. But, like Big Poppy, how you're dealing with, trying to get all these different instruments in and stuff like that. That's going to come. It is going to come. But I would start with, can I record, can I take if you don't play any instruments, and, if you don't play at all, or maybe you like you say, you play guitar, you're trying to do the VST guitars. I would take like a pattern, like some type of pattern. It could be a guitar pattern. It could be something that you got from, I don't know, some library somewhere. Bandlab has samples. I already told you Cakewalk has little loops and little things that you can use. And you can put that in and you can formulate some type of song off of that. And then if you're singing, you sing to it. Or if it's instrumental, you can do an instrumental. And then you could just record, and it can be something simple as a guitar and a vocal. Now, if I play guitar, I play bass. I have a lead guitar. Matter of fact, I have one. I got to go get it set up. I bought it a few years ago. It's a micro. It's made by Ibanez. It's a micro. Now, my father has the same guitar because my dad is a guitar player. So he's got hundreds of guitars. So not literally hundreds, but it feels like hundreds of guitars. I feel like he's buying a new guitar like twice a year, basically. But anyway, I went into drums. I went into piano. I went into bass. I got into guitar, I can do some stuff with it, but if I like just sat down and really work with it, then I'd be great. But I do have a song that I wrote on guitar that I will record, and like but I'd love to just sit down and ching a lang a lang, and then just sing and just do that. Piano and singing is cool, but it's something about guitar and singing is just it's just something different. Like having those different instruments, access to it makes you write differently. But downsizing, not thinking about the big orchestration, all the big fat drums, just thinking about a piano part and a vocal, a guitar part and a vocal. Starting with that, record that, release that. If you can release that part, go back, say, hey, this is the remix. This is the, I don't know, this is the funky chicken mix or whatever. Then you add your drums and you add your bass because you figure out that stuff. But yeah, but at the same time, you do want to get everything perfected as much as you can. But just know it's never going to sound like, oh my God, this is it. This is the most amazing song I've created in my life. This is going to be the one. It's gonna be like, what, I can live with that song. Next, all right, next song. My life would love to sit down and play piano, sing like you. Do it. Just sit down. I mean, you see all these new people that are coming in, and half of them don't play, but they can sit down at the piano, make a beat. You know, just put a little melody together and put that melody on repeat. Boo doom dee doo doom. Boom doom dee doom doom. Boom. Something like that. That's what everybody else is doing. Just put a little melody, a little piano melody, put it in octaves. You play it one time, you copy it another time, you transpose it up an octave, and then you put your little drum beat in there and put the little bass line, 808 or whatever you are, or whatever you want to do. You want to play the real bass line. I mean, you can do it. So, yeah. I mean, the biggest thing is just having the time. If you have the time, I mean, that's one of my biggest things is that I got stuck in a mode where I felt like somebody keeps buzzing me. I got stuck in a mode where I felt like I was putting other needs that are not mine before mine. So, you get in the habit of I'm learning music for a concert that's coming up. It's not my concert. It's a concert that I was asked to play in, and I'm learning music for that. All right. And then here I am. I'm helping somebody do something else. And eventually everything that I want to do myself gets put on the back burner. And that's what happened to me for many years. And that's why it took me so long to put out some songs. Like I said, I recorded stuff 20 years, 15 years prior, but it took me 15 to 20 years to put them out. You said, man, between my laptop and my TV, you had a great delay going, and that was a hit. Oh, well, that's cool, man. Too, yeah. You talking about the little beat I was doing, or you just talking about talking? Yeah, hey, that's the best type of delay there. Actually, you can sample that delay. Like, you can just like, oh, like, how it was when you go from TV to TV. Like, you can have two TVs on, and they can be connected to the same thing. They both direct TV or AT&T, whatever, but they'll have a slight lag in them. So, the beat, yeah. But yeah, that's a lot of times that's how I come up with stuff. I just, I have one song that's like entirely just me boom, just beatboxing and trying to, get the bass line out, and then I'll just sing all the harmony parts, or like it might not even be, I don't have no words yet. I'll just be singing, just trying to figure out what it is. It's that turn the beat around. Yeah. All right. Well, Big Poppy, yeah, I'm a rewinding back to your thing about contact. I'll look into that, and maybe maybe sometime this week or the next time that you get on, maybe I think there's a way where I can add you in. Yeah, I can invite guests. So I'm gonna start inviting guests, and if you feel up to getting on and streaming with me, then you can stream, and then you can like share. I believe you can share your computer. I think or share your screen. I have to play around with that more to figure out how that works. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Whew. Yeah, you take care of yourself. Yeah, definitely take care of yourself. All right, you all. I'm gonna end it here because I did finish my little arrangement. Oh, let me finish this last part. I did finish my arrangement thing, and I don't know if I did this part already. I think I did. Yeah, okay, I did do it already. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this here so I can get this uploaded to YouTube for the church, so that way I'll have it. All right, you all be safe. I feel like I got something else I need to say, but I guess I don't need. I don't have nothing else to say. Nah, nah, Big Poppy, no. I look, dude, it said ask me anything, so I appreciate the conversation, man. I already did this. Only thing I got to do now is just bring it into my power director, and I just basically type a little text and add the little audio there, and render it, and it'll be easy peasy. Then the next part is uploading it to YouTube. So it should take me no more than about 15 minutes to do all of that. So yeah, then you're good. I mean, that's what I'm here for. So all right, you all have a great night. Be blessed.